Yeah, g'day folks, you're back again with the big fella. And out here, out in glorious northern New South Wales, we've got a beautiful sunny day. Yeah, basically it's a lot better than what it has been lately. And we've had about 2 weeks of just, really gross overcast conditions and not much in the way of sunshine and plenty of rain, but that's where you kind of get up here. So down here, we've got our frog hotels. So what we have, both the original frog hotels here, and we've got frogs in hibernation down there. You can't really see them right now. I might be able to lift the lid off one of them. Alright, that's going to take a little bit of manipulation here, sorry. Now, I don't know if you can see them down there, but they are in there. And that's kind of where they stay. Every once in a while, they will kind of move up and down the pipes to, I'm not exactly sure what that's about. Maybe get in and out of the water. I'm not too sure about that. I'm not a frog. So, yeah, it's in the frog hotels. So, yeah, I'm not used to doing live streams, so you're going to forgive my hesitation here a little bit because I'm not really sure what to say. But this is kind of how these guys sit right now. I mean, there's nothing to see really. I mean, yeah. Try and take that one off. Oh, hang on. We've got 3 of them in there. Interesting. I don't know if you can see that. There's actually 3 of them inside, and they're all clustered together. So you've got a 3-for-1 combo in there. That's one of the big 65mm pipes. So I'll put that back on. So on some nights you will find, shut up, some nights you'll find that they'll actually come out of their little hibernation just briefly and then come right up to the top of the pipes, and sometimes you'll even find they're even outside and kind of dunking their butts in the water. So now I get a lot of questions about mosquitoes, and if you get a lot of mosquito larvae around, but really we don't. The level of the water changes too often. I mean, the only place you'd really find it is probably down the middle there, and that's where a plant usually sits, but there's no plants down there right now. We're going to try and fix that up before the next spring or summer, so I've got a few months to wait now. But what we have is a water fluctuation, so it rises and drops. So we've had a fair bit of rain, so they hadn't really needed that much water. But these guys, they kind of they go with minimal water, but the thing is that they'll dunk their butts into it and kind of hide for as long as they can, just so they can minimize their presence to anything that's about trying to eat them. So yeah, let's see if we can find any more down there. I don't think the camera's actually going to get in there. No. Oh, there's a few down there. You just can't really see them because the light's bad, and I don't want to have to lift the lid on them. But this is their out of season time. So let's take a look at the comments. Hang on. Okay, RGB, very neat frogs and frog hotels. Thank you. James, hi, how you doing? RGB, again, finally bought solar lights in hopes to attract local grey tree frogs. Grey tree frogs, where are you? Solar lights, okay, these ones, I get a lot of questions about this as well. So here's the collector. So this is one that I got from Bunnings. Okay, so Bunnings being our usual local store. You kind of get everything from there. So it's kind of like your Lowe's or what's the term? I can't think of your other ones. Yeah, so, or Walmart, yeah, that's it. So it runs down here. It's about a 3-meter run of cord, and it goes down to this little solar light here in the corner there, and another one just over here. Oh, hello. There's one right in there. You maybe can see it in there. Okay, so there's these 3-watt solar LEDs. So these are very directional ones. So why I've got them pointed up here is so that the light actually splashes onto the reflective surface here, and it's white, or more or less white. It's kind of a creamy color, but at night time it's the best kind of lead that that the frogs have for actually catching insects, because the insects are drawn to massive amounts of light. So you got one down there and one over here. So what I used to have are these ones down here. So what happens with these, it's a bit of a mystery, but these actually start to coke up and scale over time. So these are about maybe 2 years old. They've gone all kind of hazy and foggy, and the solar collectors are pretty crap. I'll say that for nothing right now. But these ones are a little bit newer. Those ones I kind of removed maybe about a bit under a year ago, before I got these new solar lights, the 3-watt ones. And these ones are about 8 watts, but as you can see, they kind of disperse light evenly around the glass, and it makes a nice kind of even tone around the hotels, but it's not really good for catching bugs. So what they need is more bright light and more directional light, and that's where these come in. Okay, so what else we have here? So the design of the frog hotels, I mean, a lot of people ask about why they're up so high and why they're in buckets. Very simply, we have cane toads. And cane toads, while they can't climb anywhere, they don't have suckery feet like these little green tree frogs do. Cane toads can they can jump, but they're very clumsy in their jump, and they can't really jump all that high. So the accepted distance up above, from like say ground level to up to the rim, about 600 mil, about 2 foot. So what we do is, you know, we try to discourage cane toads, and that's yeah, kind of the whole methodology behind it is to try and keep the frogs away from them, because these cane toads, if you don't know about them, they have what's called parotoid glands, or little poison glands or sacs on their shoulders, and anything that goes near them or touches them, or even worse, tries to eat them, well, basically they're poisoned, and they soon die a pretty horrible death. So that's why there's so yeah, so much hate around them, because they were brought in to combat the cane beetle years and years ago, and now they've become a pest of all their own. So, okay, we've covered my solar lights with a thick kitchen plastic wrap to make cleaning easy. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Just don't cover up the solar collector. I did have an idea once to actually put some PPF, some paint protection film, over the top of the collector to try and preserve the condition of it. But there's a catch with that. The problem with PPF is it's UV resistant, and what do these solar lights need to function? They need UV. So you're pretty much going to have a solar light that's not going to do its job and going to last forever. So yeah, a little bit of a problem there. So what we got over here, we did have 3 frog hotels. Now there's a plant there right now, but it's only temporary. But what we're going to do over this way, we have well, not the original, the last frog hotel, which I've kind of dismantled. So I'm going to try and put this in the shade so I don't have too much light bounce. This is still very heavy. Okay, so this these are 90mm pipes. All right, so about 3 and a bit inches each, and I wanted to try and make this kind of like a spawning type of pool. And I was going to mitigate the risk of mosquitoes with the same type of thing with rocks and all that kind of thing. But when you have a fair bit of water around, mosquitoes are going to try and breed anyway. So the screen's kind of gone really dark. Hang on a sec, I'm trying to get this back. I can't see what I'm doing. No, the screen's gone really dark. So I'm going to have to try and wing this one. So yeah, I had 2 different size pipes here. So under there, okay, so one here and one there, and they were kind of one in front of the other. I can't really replicate that here and now, but this is kind of how they were set up before. So down here, this one with the holes in it, this is for a plant. So a standard 6-inch plant would have sat in here fairly well. I had to kind of trim the roots to get it to sit in there properly. But what I did learn is that it's kind of unnecessary, because the plants you can just kind of drop in, and they'll just sit there in their stock containers. But over here, these 2 15mm pipes, these ones are for the lights, and they'll kind of sit on either side like that. So, and yeah, I'm trying to think of a different type of design. So it's going to incorporate a fairly big plant there, so the frogs can kind of not have to sit inside the hotels the whole time, but they can kind of sit somewhere that's more natural. And you know, the only real way to do that is to put plants out. That's kind of what they're seeking anyway. So that's the bin hotel. As you can see, it's a standard 60mm bin, 60-litre bin, made in Australia. So and this is under there, that's the platform that everything's kind of mounted onto. So there's no chance of water ingress or anything like that. So under there it's fairly sturdy, fairly solid as far as I can tell. I mean, it's still very heavy, and it's got no chance of moving. So I was pretty happy with the way that turned out. So anything I can really think of with these things, if I can see it in my head, then it usually works out. But I'm kind of a realistic type of guy when it comes to doing stuff like this and designing. But yeah, sometimes you get fails and sometimes you don't. This kind of just worked out. And same with the other 2 hotels. So yeah, I'm looking for a couple of ideas. So if you got any real feedback as to what I can do, like redesigning the pipes, the pipe lengths, maybe the number of pipes, what kind of plant I can put in there. Yeah, floor's open, you know. That's kind of what I want to do with this. Now, you're looking at maybe just under 2 foot diameter, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but that looks like probably about right. So about 18 inches, maybe just under 2 foot diameter across, and yeah, that's kind of what I want to do there. So redesign is underway, so I'll have to get back into that in the next couple of months. So yeah, that's kind of it. I don't know what else to show you guys. I mean, around here there's not much else to really see. I mean, you got it's a great big paddock out the back here, and there's a couple of trees beyond the tanks, and that's about it. There's no real other places for the frogs to go. but we've got a lot of birds, and the frogs know to stay away from them. So what they do is they go into full protection mode during the day, and they just hide away. So when they hear nothing at night, that's when they kind of emerge, and that's when they come out, especially during spring and summertime, sometime in autumn as well. So this is kind of what we're living with right now. So it could be worse, could be really grey and overcast and rainy like it was last week, but yeah, really thankful for the conditions right now. So who else is commenting now? Let's have a look. Okay, put my solar lights on a tall hanging basket poles, and that costs a good amount of light. Yeah, it's good. Yep, nice work. Okay, so I thought there may have been a few other people that might have showed up today, but hey, I'll take what I can get right now, because right now it's been, I'll try and switch this around. As I said, I'm not that great with YouTube and live streaming, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, it's been YouTube's kind of experimental thing to get us out there in the public eye as far as the Northern Hemisphere goes. And I was pretty shocked to actually see the figures come up. I mean, I looked at the graph on the analytics, and it says 28th of June in America, which is 29th of June here. On the 29th, my stats started going bonkers. And I thought, hang on, what's going on here? And I looked at the analytics, and you can see that that college cap, that graduate cap thing, it's like a little blue thing that appears above your stats, and it says, if you mouse over it, it says experimental. I thought, okay, well, what are they doing with my channel? I was a little bit worried about it at that point, but I wasn't too worried as to think, okay, well, they're going to do something bad with it. But no, they've actually surfaced my original frog video content onto on an experimental type of basis, onto discovery, well, browse features. So when you've got browse features, it's basically coming up in the thumbnails after you've watched another video, as far as I'm aware. And I thought, well, okay, that's pretty big news, especially for the Northern Hemisphere. But I really thought about it, and I thought, well, hang on, we've got winter over here. Okay, so while it's winter here, it's summer over there, and when it's summer, all the frogs are out. So I thought, well, that's probably one of the best times to actually do it, because while you've got frogs out over there, you're going to kind of look at, you know, places to actually put them, or if they're kind of hopping around your house, then they might look for a new home or something. So it's just one of those opportune things that YouTube decided to surface at exactly the right time. And I just got to thank you guys and YouTube for jumping on board and making the channel the success, or the success slope that it actually has become. So up near 700 subscribers right now. When I started, there were only about, I think it was about 380 to start with. And yeah, the watch time's gone through the roof, and I don't know how long it's going to take for it actually get to about 1,000, but going by this, probably by the end of the month, if the success rate keeps on going up. But yeah, I'm not one to hope like that, but you know, I've got another YouTube channel that I don't really put much stock into, and it's got nearly 1,000 subscribers, but it's just a collection of memories and just random crap. And yeah, I don't really pay much attention to it. I upload to it every now and again, but that's about it. But yeah, God, I put my hand in front of the camera. Okay, so I started the video in landscape mode. So yeah, it's really fidgety as far as that goes. I don't know why it's in portrait now, but yeah. So I just wanted to thank you guys for actually jumping on board and checking out the content. And yeah, I've got maybe another one coming up. I think probably well, I wasn't really planning on doing one right now, but because of the interest, I feel obliged to actually do something more with these frog hotels. But it's just the wrong time for me to actually do it right now, because they're not going to be used. So when there's more frogs about, and there will be, so that'll probably be the next month or two, so maybe 3. But there'll be other content that I'll be putting out on this channel, and it's more to do with aerial photography, which I'm getting into right now. So frogs being the springboard, if you like, to getting into this type of well, into the professional YouTube space, well, or trying to get monetized anyway. But I never thought of that actually get there or as quickly as it has. But yeah, but you guys have helped massively with that. So yeah, I don't want really much more to say about that, but there's well, I'll give you another look at the frogs, see if I can anyway. I don't know if you can actually see them. There's There's 3 right in that pipe there. They like to cluster up for some reason. So like I said, that's one of the bigger pipes. I've got probably about a dozen in between both the hotels, and yeah, that's kind of yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm going to put some more water in there a little bit later on, because while it's sunny, it still does sap the moisture from any source that's around, and this is the closest one. So yeah, what we're going to do is fill them up a little bit later on. Probably at the end of winter I'll get to cleaning these ones out, because as you can see, they're a little bit green around the bottom of the pipes, and underneath it's probably not much better. So love to see the frogs. They seem to show up best in your evening lighting. Yes, I agree with that. So yeah, when you're trying to compete against the sun, it's not a good thing, because you just can't get the darkness that you need to see them properly right now. But I thought I'd try to show them to you anyway, because you guys have got so much interest in them. So anyway, that's about it from me right now. I've got nothing much else to say, except thanks very much for jumping on board and checking out the video series. A lot of you have, from North America and from Europe. I know there's a couple people. There's one from France and one from Spain, I'm pretty sure. They actually jumped on and said, okay, well, this is something we'd like to do. I thought, okay, that's great. So yeah, there's a local Facebook group that I'm on that is called Frog Hotels and Ponds Australia, and we only take people from Australia that like live here to actually understand the frogs and the type of things that we've got to deal with. I don't make the rules, but that's kind of their stipulation there, that you have to be from Australia. But there are other places that I think there's frog identification type pages that you could probably look at to see what other frogs are around here. I mean, we got oh, what do you call them? We got the green tree frogs here. We got the robust bleating tree frog, which is only about yay big. You know, it's really small. And we've got the dainty tree frog, or graceful tree frog, and they're only about 4 or 5 centimeters long, but they are very well hidden in amongst the leaves. So they're designed to kind of stay camouflaged. When you see them, actually quite pretty to look at. But we get the normal green tree frog here. We don't get the red-eyed tree frog, which is kind of what people wanted to see, but they're more in northern Queensland type of area. But we do get some others. Like I said, cane toads are a bit of a problem, so we try to get rid of them as best we can. Identification of the eggs and getting them kind of cleared away is probably the more important thing, because once you see a cane toad, you got to find about 100 more. So, and they all come from those eggs. So cane toad eggs are very easy to spot. They're kind of in clear strands with black eggs, and they're not like frog eggs. So yeah, it would be great to see videos of more of your native frogs. I agree, and I wish I had more I could actually share with you, but right now I think I can only put up maybe one other short compilation. I'd have to convert the video into shorts, like 9:16, and I think that'd be all I could really do, because I don't have really that much stuff I can actually put on YouTube that's not just kind of photos put together into a compilation. So yeah, I'd like to do something more. Like I said, it's kind of an inopportune thing for me right now, because while you guys have got your frogs out there now, ours just don't want to move. They're in brumation. So yeah, so all right guys, I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'll thank you all very much for watching, and for the subscribership, the watch time, and the and the views. It's just going through the roof, and I thought I'd at least do you guys the courtesy of giving you a bit of an update video to show my appreciation for what you got, what you've helped do for the channel. All right, so if you've got nothing more to say, I'll say goodbye right now. So this is the big fella. Have a good one, guys, and thanks very much for watching.